Okay, hello, what's up again? I am gonna do it again. I'm gonna write something. I don't know what. And I'm gonna do it live on this recording. And then I'll hit post, and then I'll post the video as well. So I did that the other day. Let's see, where is it? This one did pretty well, surprisingly. I wasn't really thinking about whether it would do well or not. I just wanted to try it, but not bad. I realize I haven't really been writing threads that much. And that's one of those things I think I might have said last time is I I've felt and I have been in certain ways more prolific this year than I've ever been like in my entire life. And yet at the same time I haven't technically written very much. I've been very prolific in as much as I've no longer felt blocked in expressing myself, but most of that expression has happened in making these videos. So there's not like a written record of it, and so you're not going to find it. You're not going to find what I said on Twitter. I mean, if you follow me on YouTube and you're watching these videos, you'll hear it, but I haven't put it out there plainly for people to find on Twitter. So, you know, there are benefits to that, and writing is important still. So I wanna write as well. I really like just being able to riff in the way that I've been learning how to do here on on YouTube with these videos. But not all communication is most effective this way, and so let's bring the same approach to other kinds of communication. So it is funny that like seeing this tweet here from Tiago today um, about how the videos cost $5,000 to make. I mean, this is my response. Kind of ridiculous that I'm making the best ones. Of course, they're not the best. I think they're awesome. They're not the best in any other kind of metric besides me thinking that they're the best. But yeah, they cost me nothing except the time, and yeah, they just cost me my sense of perfection, and that wasn't much of a cost. I was happy to sell that to the devil, so to speak. Um, so anyway, let's see. I am a solo hobbyist. I don't think you could call me a vlogger, but I am on YouTube. And I'm doing extremely well with my 45 subscribers. Let's blow this up, y'all. Let's get a million subscribers in the next month to show Tiago that, in fact, the age of the solo hobbyist YouTuber is not over. Because Demonic got a million subscribers in 1 month with the least quality production of anyone on YouTube. So, let me just hit this, yeah. So, I feel like the thing that's most present for me right now that I would want to write about, or I don't know if I want to write about it, but it is definitely present for me, is that I just feel nervous. I don't feel as relaxed as I tend to feel when I jump on to record these videos. I usually feel pretty relaxed, pretty easy. Today generally has just been fairly stressful, and then the fact that this video is going to involve writing, that makes me nervous. So it's like, I don't know. There's this interesting thing going on right here where it's like, okay, I'm talking, I'm having thoughts. How do those then get translated into writing? Like, do I just write what I'm saying? Do I polish it? You know, there's that gap. That's that movement that if it were way more extreme, as it has been for me in the past, would basically feel like and look like from the outside extreme writer's block, you know? And that's that perfectionism, is being like, okay, yeah, I have some thoughts, but like, how do I say that, you know? So, I mean, I can literally just say really bluntly, right? I'm writing this thread live on video, and I'm nervous about it. I think one thing that I want to keep in mind as I explore doing these is that I don't want to, I don't want to get perfectionist about it. I don't want to hold these too dear, and I don't want to get too much in my head about like, the thread has to be like amazing and it has to be successful and stuff like that. Like, I literally just want to practice writing off the top in this sort of public way, in a way no one's watching this live, but there are eyes on me potentially. And I just want to write in that environment and learn to be comfortable in that kind of environment. I have this open just so I can like actually quote some things. Quote tweet this time. So I'll put this in this one, right? So a couple days ago, for the first time ever, I hit record and live streamed myself writing a thread about spontaneity. Now I'm doing it again, and I still don't quite know where I'm going. And frankly, I guess I'm getting a little perfectionist. I don't know. Whatever. Let's just do what happens. I thought that sentence actually has a better intro. So, a couple days ago, for the first time ever, now I'm doing it again, and I still don't know where I'm going. Frankly, I'm nervous. Let's put an emoji. Little nervous face, flushed face. This one. In a way, this feels like improvised public speaking, and yet not. All my other videos are exactly that. I don't actually get on camera, but I do record myself off the top. I never know what I'm going to say. And it really doesn't freak me out. But writing off the top does. I suppose this thread is me noticing and articulating some of the reasons as I go about trying to do it. So, what am I noticing? First of all, like I said before, bumping up against the, what do you call it, like, I don't know, transition point? The transition point between the words in my head and the words I type, write down. This feels like the seed of writer's block. I'm staring at a blank page. Luckily, my mind isn't blank, so there are ideas floating around, things I want to express, and yet that movement from words in my head to words on the page is immense. Something happens there. It's like the words in my head aren't acceptable. But why? But how come? How come they're not what's not acceptable about them? Feels like they're too casual. When I think and speak, for example, I can try out a lot of different ways of articulating myself. And it doesn't cost anything. When I write it, I'm taking up space. That I'm taking up space, but like or it's like there is only a certain amount of space available, and I feel like I better only put the perfect words into that space. I don't want to waste space. I think that's right. I don't want to waste space. But it's also but this is also public. But this is also so incredibly public. It's not just about space. Or not quite. Because it's not like I'm just trying to neatly fill up my closet with stuff. There's as I write this, this writing involves being seen and the possibility of being seen as something less than perfect. It involves want to put on a good show. I want to be seen in the best possible light. I want people to think I'm cool and interesting and smart and I don't know and say, ooh, he has such a sexy voice. I guess that would only be a thing if you watch the video, but there's all this stuff about how I want to be seen and how I don't want to be seen. And since it's live and in public, I have so little control over that. And since I'm writing this in this particular way, I'm also refraining from exerting extra control over that. It's scary. If you decide to watch the recording, you'll hear me. Think out loud and make mistakes. Imagine being seen making mistakes. I'm more comfortable with that than I've ever been, but it's still not a cakewalk. Interestingly, I'm noticing that basically I'm not as stuck on that movement from my voice to the text, right? It's like I'm almost just typing first, kind of like typing and talking at the same time. I'm also noticing that as I go along, I'm not so concerned with saying things perfectly. I've gotten, like literally in the last 5 minutes, I've gotten way more comfortable. Letting the first words that come in my head and out loud be the ones I write down. And as a product of that comfort, this whole thing is getting easier and more fun. I'm not so stuck in my head about it anymore, so it doesn't take so much energy just figuring out whether to say things or not, or how to say them exactly right. I'm free to think and express. Say. I'm not so stuck in my head about it anymore. So I'm kind of just making that edit so that I have more space, because I want to... One thing that I always do with writing now is I always say it out loud, at least like under my breath, to make sure it flows. And so with this last thing here, it didn't feel quite right. I'm free to just... That's what I wanted to add. That's one of the biggest frustrations that I've always had in writing. For one reason or another, I get so bogged down with the rules about writing, or with my own or other people's standards for how the writing has to sound, that I forget to spend time on what I want to say. I go from having an impulse of something to express, basically like having a felt sense. Something is there, but I don't have words for it yet. And then I jump ahead a bunch of steps and fret about how to say that something in perfect prose. But in the process, I've neglected to do any thinking. I think I have something to say, but I haven't given myself a chance to figure out what that something is. Maybe that's a way to describe the chasm you face when looking at a blank page. The expectation we have for ourselves is that whatever goes onto that blank page has to be perfect, has to be final product. It has to be something we'd be comfortable or even proud to show to someone else. But how the hell do we get there? We usually skip that part. This is what Chen talked about, broke down. This is the down in his paper about improvisation. Yeah. He described how improvisation always precedes form, whether we're writing, composing, building, etc. We have to start without form if we want to create something genuinely new. We have to create. We have to this is the fuck around part of fuck around and find out. Have to just say some shit or do some shit in order to get something with which to then work and shape into a final form. I feel like I'm skipping an idea in getting to this, but I don't know. Or it's like, I guess I have some space still in this tweet, right? So I was talking about we have to create something. If we want to create something generally new, we have to improvise. If you start with form, there's no novelty. In a way, Plato gets at this with Meno's paradox. How can we search for something if we don't know what we are looking for? And if we know what we are looking for, why would we go searching for it? Oh yeah, I wanted to add a link to the improvisation video here. Maybe not there. Is there space here? Yeah. This is super meta.
Right, if I don't really know that.
Watching a video of myself while making a video. Okay. I guess probably by putting that video is gonna fuck up the algorithm and Twitter's not gonna want to share this, but whatever. You know what? I'm gonna delete it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to kill the reach of this thread. This is kind of what I'm doing right now. I guess there's a new tweet. I kinda sorta have an no. Logically, that paradox makes sense. Or it logically doesn't make sense. It makes sense that it doesn't make sense. Or it makes sense that it doesn't make sense. You know? But as I write this, I'm doing what the paradox says is impossible. I think we all do when we write. We kind of sort of have an idea of what we want to say. I find, but we don't yet have words. So we go looking for them. We don't entirely know what we're looking for, yet we know we're looking for something. And usually we're pretty, and often maybe, or at least sometimes, we're pretty good at knowing whether we've found the right words or not. At least, I hope it is. Or maybe maybe this is just goals. Because in my own case and from what I've seen and heard from friends, that's exactly what can make writing so freaking hard. Having lost the ability to know when you've found the right words. For me, I know because I can feel it. But if you're cut off from feeling, or when you're cut off from feeling, what standard do you go by? Either you go by someone else's standards, a teacher, some writing guru, etc., your boss, etc. Or you somewhat obsessively try to reason out a scheme and set of, what's the word people like that I never use? Heuristics, so you can know when you've checked the box. Ah, fucker. Get rid of that one. This happens in so many areas besides writing. I could veer way off track with this thread and dive into exploring that as a whole, or various other ways in which that pattern shows up. But I think it's that pattern which I referred to it in the last thread, right? Sam's let me see. I know I quoted it to somebody. Sam's thread. No. Damn it, where is it? I could link to my own fucking... Fuck it. I'll do it, but let me see if I can find... I feel it feels douchey to just link to my own thing. SC Sager Taoism. No. Tao. Yeah, there we are. There we go. Which should end the arena. Persist to mend. Oh, I guess I have to send it. Well, you're watching History in the Making. should mention Rob. Here, let me just cut this down. Damn, Rob, your fucking name's too long. Aha, there we go. Okay, well, I guess I'm sending this. I'm not sure. Is there more that I want to say, though? I think there is. I don't feel like I'm done. So let me just tweet. Boom. Okay. Let's continue. So, maybe I should begin to wrap this up. The fuck have I said already? Oh, hey, look, a typo. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? Yeah, what, fuck, where was I? I already veered off track enough that I don't even know what. Oh, right. When you're cut off from feeling what's standing. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So when you're cut off from your own feeling, what's standing to go by, and you look to other people and you look to rules that other people give you and standards that other people give you instead of listening to yourself. And when you're going by other people's standards, it's not up to you whether or not you're doing it. So you have to, or how about this? There's the possibility of failure. And if failure is too strong, there's at least the possibility of being incorrect, of following, of not following the steps or the rules, etc. So to write in such a way where you're judging yourself and your words by someone else's standards, well, that's already a vulnerable situation. And then to do that in public, or to do it without the possibility for editing yourself, it's all the more scary. Whoop. I didn't mean to sit. Fuck. What the hell? Okay, I guess I tweeted that part too. Um, not only are you judging yourself, you're also, at least theoretically, being judged by the standards you're trying to adhere to, and you're being judged by everyone watching. It's a lot of judging. Even, that's a fun tweet all by itself. Even just this self-judgment can be excruciating. It can be enough to keep us from writing all together. So I've been through that many times. The fact that I've written so little this year, despite being so prolific in other ways, is an example of that. When you add publicity to the mix, it's no wonder we so often hide away most of the time. It's no wonder we spend months working on draft after draft after draft after draft after draft. Because it's terrifying to be seen as anything less than perfect. So, at this point, I feel like wrapping up the thread. I've exhausted what I want to say for now, and I'm also literally just tired. So I'll stop. Nah. But it's been fun to explore both by doing it and by talking about it, this process of writing off the cuff in public. I haven't felt incapacitated by writer's block in a long time. But I've been blocked in other ways. And this last hour, or however long I've been writing, has been a wonderful way to show myself that those blocks can be melted away. They aren't invincible or they aren't invincible or insurmountable. They melt. They melt. And you know what? With this last tweet, I'm going to pluck something. From all my conversations with him about it, dating back to before it even had a name. The arena. Wait, what am I saying? From all my conversations about it, dating back to even before it had a name. It's been my that the arena by Ungated is about playing with these blocks. Where is Rob? So I can just... to this one. Alright, this paragraph's chunky and ugly as fuck. This. No, this is shitty. How would I want to say? How about this? It's not the best call to action ever by any means, but you literally never know what you could do in a week. Go and surprise yourself. Way more is possible in this phase of a week than we usually imagine. Okay, I guess that'll be it. Boom. Alright, I guess that's done, and I will end the recording now. Cool. If you watched this, I hope you enjoyed it. I have not tried to make it entertaining, so it probably wasn't. But if you stuck around the whole time, you're cool. Alright, take care.